Hello mga kadudes! Andito na naman po kami. Ngayon po, meron po tayong special guest today, si Sir August Worchell. So, yun, may mga pagkukwentuhan po tayo tungkol sa Bloodline. So, ano po ba yung mga aasahan natin sa Bloodline? Ako po ulit si Jay.
At ako naman po si Ron.
So, Sir, good afternoon.
Kumusta? Hi sir. Hi ma'am.
Thank you for coming, sir. So,
Walang problem.
So today, sir, we're going to discuss about Bloodline Inc. So, sir, this Bloodline Inc. is from USA, right? You made it
Yes.
all
Yes.
in USA.
I actually mix it. Yeah.
You're doing it personally, sir?
Yeah, I personally, I do all the mixing, or most of the mixing. If I'm not in the US, and I'm actually stationed here now. I'm living in Makati, Leon. Part-time.
Part-time.
Yeah, and I mix it all myself. Anything I can't do, I have one of my employees do, but it's exactly in my formula. So yeah, most of what you're seeing here, I personally make, and every formula and every shade, I personally formulate.
Mostly Filipino artists really are, when they're chatting us online, they're really looking for Bloodline Ink. Mostly pastel colors. Yes, and also the black one. Then the blood drops. Yeah, that's the most selling one, I think. In the
Blood drops?
Yeah.
Oh.
So your first question, sir, when and where did Bloodline Ink start?
Well, it started out as a different name. It was Skin Candy in 1996. In 1995, I didn't start getting tattooed until 1995. I was 30 years old at the time. I'm 55 now. And I was getting tattooed at Ed Hardy's tattoo shop, very famous tattoo artist. Yeah, I made friends with one of the artists who was working with Ed Hardy at the time. And we were going to start a piercing shop, and then he came up with the idea of making color. So we ordered a bunch of powders from National Tattoo Supply. After the first day of mixing, he quit because he thought it was too messy. And so I was stuck with this investment. I didn't know what to do with it. He said, just go down to LA and sell it. I sold it all in 2 days. 100 bottles of ink, which was, I knew I had a business at the time. I believe I was the first one to really bring attention to the UV inks. In the year 2000, I started I know there was another company doing it, but I'm the first major one that put out the UV, invisible UV. It's not glow in the dark. It's UV reactive ink. So I was pretty successful in that. And then the first American tattoo TV show, Miami Ink, approached me, and they said, we have this guy. You know, I knew him because I was friends with Chris Garver. And I got this call from this guy, Chris Nunez, and he had me on the phone for 2 hours. Oh, send us ink, send us a bunch of ink, you know, we're going to have a TV show. I'm like, yeah, sure, bola, bola. And I was like, okay, I'll do it, because it was through Chris Garver, who was a friend of mine. It wasn't 2 weeks later that all over Hollywood, California, I was seeing huge posters, TV ads for Miami Ink. I was like, wow, that was a good investment. So that's how Skin Candy really got to the limelight at the time. At that point, I changed it to Bloodline because I wanted a new formula, and then I wanted a new brand. Bloodline, I believe that started in 2010. Okay, so that is the beginning of Bloodline. Yes. So there.
What will they expect in the coming years in Bloodline?
Right now I'm finding that artists, especially in the Philippines, are more, they want more primary colors. I'm going to make more black products. This is a brand that I'm no longer going to be producing as far as the label goes, but the ink is going to be exactly the same. So if you like this, it's going to be coming in the bottle of all-purpose black.
All-purpose black.
Okay, and I'll show you guys the label for that.
Yes.
Jet black, and a Kabuki, Bloodline Kabuki outline ink.
Oh,
the original Kabuki came from Skin Candy, but I've reintroduced it in Bloodline. So the all-purpose black and the jet will be pretty much the same. The only difference is the jet's gonna be a little more
darker.
Yeah. It's actually got a little bit of blue in it to make it more of a jettison blue, not blue, but jettison black. That'll be more like a dynamic, and then the all-purpose black is going to be more like just a regular organic
Or black and gray.
Yes. and it's good to make gray shades out of. But it's not so great for outlining because it will travel under the skin at times.
So that's the difference between
The outlining, yeah. But you'd have to cut it in half, or even in thirds, which is nice about the jet because it's so strong. You can cut it into thirds using water and witch hazel, and you can do an outline ink like that, and it won't spread under the skin. But we have the kabuki coming, and so that'll come right out of the bottle, and you can use that for outlining.
So guys, narinig niyo po, ang label ni Heritage Black, mapapalitan na po ng Jet Black. At the same time, may lalabas pa po si Sir ng All-Purpose Black at yung Kabuki Outlining Black. So abangan po natin yan sa MLC. For the third question, Sir, what is your vision to pursue Bloodline in tattoo industry, mostly in the Philippines?
Yes.
I think you're really focusing on Filipino tattoo artists right now.
Well, you guys are so kind to me. I've been coming to the Philippines since 2012, and Filipino and Pinoy artists have been so kind to me, and so I do get frustrated. So you guys know that sometimes I'm high blood. So,
yes.
But if I'm a little rod, try to understand.
Yes.
In Philippines, Thailand, I can spread out from there, but mostly Philippines right now because I live here.
So you see guys, si Sir August, nagfo-focus talaga siya, mostly talaga sa Philippines. Nangingiri siya ng mga idea, ina-adapt niya rin kung ano yung mga meron tayo dito sa Pilipinas para kung sakali maisip niya, may transfer niya rin dun sa ginagawa niya pang mga inks. So talagang ni-specialize niya yung mga inks na ginagawa niya talaga, mostly talaga sa Filipino.
So,
Then, I know sir, you're doing parang Food
for Life.
Yes.
Yeah, I have a YouTube channel. It's not for Food for Life. It's under August Worchell, my name. And I'm posting the videos there, and I post them on my personal Facebook. This Food for Life program, which I started with Sir Edwin Granado, which everybody knows. You know, there was so many times where I moved here, but I had to figure out what I was going to do with my day if I'm not making ink. And that's how we're doing it right now, but we'd really like to get the Pinoy artists more involved. And it's very, very rewarding. I want to say we do have a new label. The old labels are the same ink exactly, but we switched to a new, they're perfectly fine, but we switched to a new label. It's reflective in gold, and it cost us a little more to make. So I think I believe we're going up maybe 10 or 15 pesos, maybe up to 20. But that extra money is going to go directly to Food for Life. So when you're buying Bloodline, I want you guys to understand that this is part of this money is going to Food for Life program. And please, if you can, show up in our events. I'll let you guys know at least a day in advance. I know that's not much time, but I think everybody should.
Kung bibili kayo ng Bloodline, kasi medyo magpa-price increase na po siya. Yung price increase naman na po yun, hindi po sa kanya mapupunta. Mapupunta po yun dun sa charity niya. Yung sa Food for Life. Sir, so, for next question, before you start your tattoo ink business, which is Bloodline, so, what's your job back then?
I was a professional musician up until the time I was 30. Many groups. I was also a DJ when I was in my mid-30s. I was playing a house and a jungle drum and bass. So I was involved with music most of my life. On the sideline, I was in the ice cream business. So I used to work for Ben and Jerry's, and I'd sell ice cream on the beach.
Oh.
Yeah. Okay.
So next question, sir.
What inspired you to create colors?
Looking at other colors. I actually look at other brands sometimes. You know, if I see like a portrait set, even by Fusion or something like that I really like, you know, I'll say, well, I want to make that color. Or a paint store, I'll look at color swatches, you know, and I'll say, oh, like that gold on that box. I'll say, and I can actually think about it. I can make it, I can literally mix it, and come up with a formulation. If not the first time, the second time, and match that color. That's how long I've been doing it.
You're really good on colors.
Just by visual.
So for the next question, sir, what do you like most in Filipino artists?
I like that you guys are so driven. I like the heart that you put into it. I like that you guys are so excited about it. I think it's just starting to grow here. It's got a long way to go, And I believe that if you guys keep going at it and start looking up to more of the traditional artists, always be aware of the American artists that came before, and try and, because it was a great time in tattooing in the 90s. And but yeah, I like the heart, and I like the aggressiveness and the excitement that the Pinoy spirit has towards tattooing.
Sir, for the last question, sir, can you give an advice to motivate some Filipino artists, especially for tattoo beginners, tattoo artists people?
Buy from known brands. Number 1. Make sure you're not buying a fake. Number 2. Number 3. Buy a known brand. Number 4. Make sure you're not buying a fake.
So yun guys, natapos na po yung interview natin with Sir August. Ipo-promote lang po ulit ni Sir August. He's going to promote his own brand, Bloodline Inc. again to you. So you're going to promote your brand.
Oh, promote right now?
Yes, and where can they buy Bloodline?
They can buy it at MLC. That's where, that is the main distributor. Always refer to MLC, Ma'am Lynette. If there's anything special you guys want, she'll send me the message.
So guys, yon, follow nyo lang po for online orders and inquiries. Follow nyo lang po si Lynette De Ocampo or si Tattoo Central Victory MLC. Huwag din po ninyo kakalimutan na i-follow ang aming Instagram account, MLC_tattoo_supplies, ang aming Shopee account na at MLC Tattoo Central, at ang aming YouTube channel. Hit like and subscribe. Did you say that, sir? Hit like and subscribe. Hit like.
Oh, hit like and subscribe. MLC
Yan.
Supply.
Thank you guys.
Salamat. Take care. God.